Well, the last week in May and the beginning of June, it was time to meet up with two good photography friends. Spent a few days in North Wales with Mike Woods, and then a bit lower down into Mid Wales to meet up with Paul Compton. Well, we've come up from the Ogwen Valley. We've been hiking about an hour and a half. This is known as the Devil's Kitchen. There's the waterfall coming down. We're on a little footbridge now. And again, you can see the waterfall leading down. That's Nant-y-Moch down there. And Ogwen Mountain in the distance. And we came basically from the foot of that Ogwen. So we haven't taken any photos yet. This is the footpath we've come up. Very steep in places, as you can see. And there's Mike just there, getting ready to take his first shot. Well, we'll walk up to Nant-y-Moch. It was well worth it for just the view, but we only got just one photo after all that hiking, and it was time to hike back down as the rains closed in. Next morning it was a quick stop off at Llyndinas, photo of the boathouse, and then we moved on to Llynagada near Riddy. We finished off the day pretty much roadside, just at the side of the A5 up in the Ogwen Valley. Superb location, so much to photograph there, but this afternoon we just concentrated on some of the lovely cascades and waterfalls that the Ogwen Valley has. My final day with Mike, we spent just travelling down the valley to the Watkins path and walking up that beautiful valley past the waterfalls. We couldn't make it all the way up to Snowdon, but we probably got about halfway up and had some stunning views. Well, I've got to stop for lunch now. We're sort of, I guess, about halfway up the Watkins path to the Snowdon summit. This is how far we go in. You can't see yet where we've come from, but as you can see, it's pretty steep in places. And if I turn around, there's Mike, and all the way up there's the summit of Snowdon. Well, after a great couple of days with Mike, it was time to travel a little bit further south to meet up with another good friend, Paul Compton at Llyn Gwyledog. The next morning we drove a number of miles west to Nant-y-Moch Reservoir.
can't pose for a selfie like Paul Compton can, but hey ho, I give it a go. It was very windy above Nant-y-Moch Reservoir, but the views were just something special. Really enjoyed up there. Apologies for the quality of audio here, the wind noise is just overpowering my voice, but basically I'm just taking a time lapse here. I think there was about 300 shots spaced over 3 seconds between each, which eventually left me with a 20-second time lapse. As the evening started closing in, we had great promising signs of a fantastic sunset. No signs of rain, but it was all to turn very, very quickly. Thankfully we had a few photos with beautiful light before the rains came in, and we headed quickly back to the vans. A very early start the next morning, and we woke up to some great light. It vanished within half an hour, but what a beautiful start of the day. And here's a quick time lapse for you to see what I mean. At least give me a try, 'cause you're the best thing, you're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, you're the best thing, 'cause you're the We then headed over to Annislas Beach, just outside Borth, and no landscape photography was here, but we had a little walk around and captured some images of these guys showing off their skills in the water. We then headed over to Aberystwyth seafront, where we were there for a couple of hours waiting for the sunset before saying our farewells and making our journeys home. Thank you, Mike and Paul, for a wonderful few days up in North and Mid Wales. As you all know, photography is far more to me than just taking the pictures, and without my photography friends I certainly wouldn't be able to get out of the house as much as I do. Mental health is crushing, so be kind, look out for others, and enjoy the times you can get out, and especially when you spend it with good friends. Take care. Catch you again.